Hello pupils, you are welcome to General Studies class. I am Uncle Popo. Before we start today's lesson, let's open our lesson the usual way we do. Uncle Popo is here, you will say I am also here. We are here together, then 100% attention. Let's go. Uncle Popo is here, I am also here. We are here together, 100% attention. Fine, you have promised to give me your 100% attention today. Our subject for today is civic education. Civic education, and the topic is civil society groups in Nigeria. Civil society groups in Nigeria. Our learning objectives. By the end of today's lesson, you should be able to describe civil society. 2. Classify civil society groups in Nigeria with examples. The third one, state functions of civil society groups in Nigeria. Let's look at what civil society means. A civil society is considered as a community of citizens linked by common interests and collective activity. A civil society is considered as a community of citizens linked by common interest and collective activity. In this definition, we have three key words there: citizens, common interest, collective activity. Citizens, common interest, collective activities. Before you call anybody a citizen in any country, that means the person is a bona fide member of that country. A bona fide member of a country is the citizen of that country. Civil societies play positive and active role in the growth and development of any country. For any country to go, civil society plays some roles. Civil societies are the foundation of every democratic society. They promote positive changes. Their role, their impact helps the country to develop socially, economically, and otherwise. Civil society is sometimes referred to as civil sector. It's sometimes referred to as what? Civil sector. Civil society includes the labor unions, the non-profit organizations, and other service agencies. As I proceed, you'll get to know what I mean by labor union, profit organizations, and other service agencies. Civil society, one of their duties is they monitor government activities and takes part in the transformation of the state. Whatever government is doing, they monitor it and they echo their voice and suggest ways it could be done better. They are seen as independent of the government. That means they dictate what the programs they want to run. Government do not tell them these are the programs you have to do, these are the things you're supposed to do. They have their own constitution and they work independently. But they must not work against or fringe constitution of Nigeria. Civil society can make difference through media, peaceful protest, or court. What do we mean here is they make difference in the sense that if they want to let the government hear their view, it's either they use the media, they call the TV stations, radio stations, and they make their own suggestion. If civil society believes government has gone wrong, they at times take them to court and settle things out. Lastly, they make a peaceful protest. They can organize people together and let government know their stand. Let's move on. You can see this picture here. This is the civil society, comprises of this organized labor, comprises of NGOs are here. They are making peaceful protest, like I said before. They gathered here to let government know what they want. Like you see here, they are talking about the electricity. That's their voice. That's what they want the government to work on. Examples of civil society groups in Nigeria. We have notable civil societies in Nigeria like Oodua People's Congress. They call them OPC. These fight for the interests of the Yoruba people. Likewise, the Arewa People's Congress. Arewa People's Congress fight for the Hausa group, ethnic group. Ohanize Indigbo or Anize Indigbo fight for the interests of the Igbo people. The Pan-Niger Delta Forum is also another example of civil society group. Movement for the emancipation of the Niger Delta they fight for the Niger Delta people, for the interests of Niger Delta people. Nigeria Labour Congress, they fight for the interests of the workers. Likewise, Nigeria Union of Teachers fight for the interests of the teachers. Academic Staff Union of Universities, known as ASU, fight for the interests of the lecturers in universities. You can see the picture of the Oodua People's Congress here. We have a group of people based on ethnicity here. They have what they want the government to know. That's why you see them here. We have the NUT here. That's the Nigeria Union of Teachers. They are making their voice known in this place too. And NLC fighting for the interests of the workers in the country. Now let's check the classification of civil society. The civil society we are talking about are classified into different groups based on their function and common interests. Let's check them. One, the professional associations and trade unions. Professional association and trade unions. They protect the interests of their workers and members, such as fair treatment, protection of their rights, prompt payment of wages, incentives or allowances. They fight for the welfareism of their workers. The professional association and trade union, that is where you have NLC, NUT. I think we have some examples here. The Academic Staff Union of University is a professional association and trade union. Nigeria Labour Congress, Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria, that is ICANN, Nigeria Union of Teachers. All these are examples of professional association and trade union under civil society. Let's move on to the ethnic-based societies. I mentioned some examples before, like Oodua People's Congress, Arewa, Ohanize. They are ethnic-based society. They protect the interests of the ethnic group and members. They protect the interests of the ethnic group and members. Examples are the Arewa Consultative Forum, Arewa Consultative Forum, Oodua People's Congress, Ohanize Indigbo, and so on. Let's look at another one. We have another group that is religion-based civil society. Religion-based civil society. They seek the interests of their members. They fight and protect the interests of their members based on religion. Examples are Christian Association of Nigeria, that's CAN. They fight for the interests of the Christians. Likewise, the Nigeria Supreme Council for Islamic Affairs, NSCIA, they also fight for the interests of the Muslims. That's religion-based civil societies. Let's move on to philanthropic organizations. We have some civil societies too that are philanthropic organizations, like the Lions Club, Rotary Club. This is another classification of civil society based on philanthropic organization. Let's check the service provision group. We also have service provision group. This one provides service, free service to help the society. We have them like Red Cross, Boys Brigade, Girls Guide, the Boy Scouts. These are service provision group. You can see the picture of Nigerian Red Cross here. I think in some of your schools you have Boys Brigade, Boy Scout Association. Functions of civil society groups in Nigeria. All the civil society groups we are talking about have some functions and roles they play in the country. The first one is they monitor government activities. They monitor government activities. Any government activities that is going on, they make sure they monitor it and they voice out what they suggest concerning it. Likewise, they also monitor the political processes and force the authorities to act reasonably and accordingly to the Constitution. They try to make sure that government play their role constitutionally if they find any fault not doing so. Let's check another one. They pursue positive changes in social, economic, political, and cultural aspects of people's life. Socially, economically, politically, they have some roles they are playing. The next slide, they serve as intermediary between the public and the state. They serve as intermediary between the public and the state, bring the interests of people to the authorities, and protect democratic values. They serve as intermediary in the sense that whatever they want the government to know concerning certain group, government knows it through them. Just like NUT, whatever the teacher says they want, the message will be passed across through the body. Next is they communicate with the people and disseminate information about transformation in the state. They communicate with the people and disseminate information about transformation in the state. Whatever progress government is making, or whatever progress that is happening in the country, they let the people aware. And if otherwise, they let the people aware of it too. Summarily, today we have talked about what civil society means, and I told you the three keywords there: the citizens, common interest, and the collective activity. We have also talked about, I have also said that civil society could be referred to as the civil sector. Likewise, there are classifications based on the professional associations, the ethnic-based, religion-based, philanthropic organization, and service provision. We've also discussed about the functions of civil society. Now, it's time to test you and see what you have gained during the course of this lesson. Look at the following question, attempt them, only your answers. Your time starts now. Eyes on me. Good. Now you have attempted the question. Let's check the answers and see how you have performed. These are the answers. Check and mark accordingly if you have done well. We have come to the end of today's lesson. But before I go, let me give you your assignment. Identify the ethnic-based civil society that you belong. Thank you. Until next class, next lesson, I say keep on studying. Bye.